Ain't nobody worried. Ain't no smiling faces. No, no, lying to the races. Help me, come on, somebody help me now. I'll take you there. Help me, y'all. I'll take you there. Help me now. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, mercy. I'll take you there. Oh, let me take you now. I'll take you there. Oh, let me take you there. I'll take you there. Mary, play your piano now. All right. Come on now, play on it. Daddy now, daddy. All right now, baby, little baby, need you here, help me out. Come on, little baby. All right. I'll take you there. Ain't nobody crying. I'll take you there. Ain't nobody worried. I'll take you there. No smiling faces. I'll take you there. Lie to the rain. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Mercy now. I'll take you there. I'm calling for mercy. I'll take you there. Mercy. I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, I wanna take you there. Just take me by my hand. Let me lead the way. Oh, I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Ain't no smiling faces. I'll take you there. Up in here, lying jury. I'll take you there. You got to let me. I'll take you there. Take you over there. I'll take you there. Oh, all right. I'll take you there. Oh, all right. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, yeah, I'll take you there. Oh, I just checked it real quick. I'm free on the radio, but I just
All right, y'all live.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are listening to 106.1 Praise FM, one of RadioOne's favorite stations, and you are listening to I Know a Place and I Want to Take You There with Dr. Matthew L. Jones and your favorite co-host, Jamie Chris. Good morning, Dr. Jones. How are you?
Good morning. I think I see you somewhere there, do I? Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, D.C. Good morning, Virginia. Good morning, Delaware. Good morning, America. It is indeed a blessing to be able to come to you this morning. I know a place and I will take you there. That's what we continue to try to emphasize, the fact that there is a place that we know and we want to do the best we can to carry you there. She said, I know a place and I'll take you there that will Be no more crying, no more worrying, no more smiling faces to the races. The question is, are you ready? And that's another song that she had. Are you ready? Are you ready to make this move? Are you ready to accept the challenges that will be placed before you? And of course, we know we have this community outreach program that we are attempting to reach out into the community. They call CLEANSE, or Community-Led Empowerment and Nurturing, where we are putting brochures out on all of the corners in the street with various activities listed on them, and in them that you can identify with, that feel that you would like to be a part of. If you see a place on there where it said we are providing corporations or LLCs, and you think that you would like to have one developed, call that number and leave your name and identify the area that you would like to have developed. Or if you have in that, on that, there would be other things like you have special skills and you would like to participate and learn from individuals or businesses that utilizing that kind of skill. We want to tie you in with that business so that they can be a mentorship to you. And one day you'll have your own business. And it goes on to make sure that we attempt to emphasize the necessity of the business to show interest in helping family members to have their own homes. So many businesses can fix it so that even though your score is not high enough or your work have not been sufficient enough, you can receive your own home through the process of your relationship with the business that you're working with. So we are creating that type of system as well. So that's what the reason why we're talking about this type of stuff, I came from a place where we own our own properties. We still own that property. We worked our own farm. We have people that were working for us. There was 35 Hispanic working for us. There were 7 white people working for us. And I don't know how many African-American people were working for us, but there were many individuals. We worked for many years. My father had this plantation that he owned, he worked in. So that's the place I come from. That's where working for myself. And he was an educated man, my mother always said, and every one of you all are going to college. Of course, 5 or 6 of us being in college at the same time, especially when there was 14 of us in all out of this family. So there is a place, and I want to take you there. We are here today, and we do have some guests, and we're going to be sharing with them. But since we have these special days here, I know that there are those who are listening want to know what day is the special day for today. So we want to let you know what you should be motivated by. This is National Lemon Cream Pie Day. So
now that's my favorite
ready.
pie, so I love this day. My favorite pie in the whole world. So
Yeah,
yes, I love it.
Get that lemon cream pie ready, and as you partake it and share it with somebody, you let them know that I'm sharing this with you because this is represent a special day in the establishment of a special type of relationship that I have with you on this special day. Okay? Also, there's National Square Dance Day. Now, I better get up and do some square dancing at this moment here. National Square Dance.
I'm dying to see you do it. Yes, please bless us with your square dance feng shui. And if you guys are listening, you can watch us live on YouTube or Facebook at Concord Baptist Church, Baltimore, just so you can see Dr. Jones. I'll make sure he's square dancing because he go off today.
Well, we do have a dance for different ages. We have a dance for seniors. We have a dance school for all ages together. We have these dance schools, and sometimes it's so many be here dancing, the auditorium won't hold them all. It'd be dance. So I don't know if it's what dance, a square dance or
That's
not.
Hilarious.
It is a fascinating dance. This is also Electronic Greetings Day. So get on your computer, people that you may know, and give them greetings. Give them a call. Let them know this is the day, second day after Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving weekend. So call them, Get on your computer. This is the National Electronic Greetings Day. Get on your computer, call them and say, I'm greeting you on this special day. And I'm greeting you because Thanksgiving is past, but we are still giving thanks. And I want to thank you for all of the help that you have provided. A lot of us are where we are because of what people have done to help us to get there. And therefore, we should, this is our moment, we should take advantage of it and call them and let them know that we appreciate them and we thank them for having giving us a chance to help us to achieve where we are. All of us, everybody been helped one way or another by somebody. And we know all of us have been helped and guided and strengthened by the inner presence power of God. Jesus Christ was the illustration what God can do in a human being. Jesus became a human. The Word became flesh, as the scripture put it, and dwell among us to demonstrate to us how much power we can have if we have the Spirit of God in us. This was a demonstration. Jesus, sometimes we don't understand what the real purpose of Jesus. And that was to demonstrate how much we can do if we recognize that there's a power within us that far exceeds what we can think that we can do. And if we recognize that, we don't let defeat stop us from trying again. We don't let problems prevent us from hanging on in there and doing the best we can. So that's the challenge that we face here, that we are talking about today as we face these things that we are facing today. There are other things that I have here. I know that we're going to probably talk about them more in the second half, but let me indicate to you what we are facing. Today is the 29th of November, and 1947, the United Nations, and I said that was involved with the USA and England, the dominating powers, divided Palestine into two nations, the Jewish and the Arabs. These two sections, they divided. And of course, the Arabs resisted and refused because the German section, I said the German, but it really is the Jewish section, with people coming out of Germany and other. They actually was a recent immigrants was placed into Jerusalem, and I say converted Jews, and the Arabs didn't appreciate that, and they in 1948 they declared war against them to fight that transition that Europe, the United Nations, were bringing about in their community, in their country. And as you know, we know what has happened in recent days. So this happened on November 29th. This is the 29th, isn't it? November 29th, 1947 and 1948, when the reaction by the Arabs fought against this transition that was taking place. And we're gonna expand on that and help us to understand the reality of democracy, and help us to understand what is happening now in relationship to democracy and the purpose as far as the reason why it is happening. See, sometimes when we don't have faith in God, we don't understand what God is doing. And Paul had to recognize it in the scripture. With Romans 8:28, he said, those who have love recognize that everything, even bad things, God take it and make it work for your good. So what is happening now, we're going to illustrate in the second half how God is working for our good by using a negative thing to make it work for our good. We're blessed to have guests with us today. They are individuals who is, I reckon they said they're going to try to take you to the place that they know. Tell us about who you are, where you're from, and introduce yourselves.
First, we want to say thank you, Pastor, for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this wonderful segment. We are Mute the Violence DC.
Say that again.
Mute the Violence DC.
DC.
Yes, like you're muting your TV. Yes.
And you threw in DC.
DC.
Is DC is language terminology or location?
Well, we originally started there
in DC,
with
so
hopes to expand MD, PA, and et cetera. With hopes to expand, but that's where we started. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization in the district, focused and centered around gun violence intervention and prevention. We've been doing this work, oh gosh, since about 2018, and we didn't found until 2021. Of course, we had the pandemic and things transpired, so we had to shelve some things, but we're just doing the work. You know, we're in the community, we're looking to expand the resources, because what we do know is that violence isn't just happening in one space, you know, and we gotta get together and come together and be more community. We're not saying communion anymore. You know, we're so divided. As you mentioned, division is something that we're seeing. It's not, again, in one space. It's happening universal, worldwide, and our mission is to be more unified and finding ways to collaborate and expand the work, reach our young people, reach our families. What we can't escape is that our young people coming behind our future. And so if we have the space that God has created for Dirk and I to just share with them, just, you know, those moments, sometimes just, is it okay if I can give you a hug? You know, we have to know how to reach our young people, and what we're seeing, it's not what we want. And so in order for us to continue to expand, it starts with us. So we are the leaders in the community as husband and wife. We have our children involved. So, you know, folks will see something that a lot of people don't see. And I know that, you know, it's different, you know, for a lot of people, like, how do you guys work together? You husband and wife, you know. We understand that we both have specific duties, but we find a way to come together and spread our love in the community with the work that we do, with the lives that we touch, and with hopes to expand our work further. You know, we want to reach more of our people, not just our young people, but everybody.
That's one of the faces of our program that we emphasize here, that the role that the church has played throughout our history, and we're encouraging the business in certain locations, tie in with those churches, come together again. Absolutely. Tie in with those churches and let the church support the business and the businesses support the church, and both of them become stronger.
Absolutely.
That's the first phase of our Noah Place program that we talked about. That's the first section that we talk about the church being the mentorship, or there are individuals right there in the congregation who have businesses and other members don't even know it.
Right, right.
You know, and that's the problem. Because if the church unite and support those businesses within their congregation and the business in their community, so that there'll be a united effort. You know, one of the things that we really need to understand and be clear about is how we created peace and cooperation from the very beginning. I'm talking about during the period of segregation. We see that there was a segregation period, there was no deaths in our community, no killing in our community, no stealing. Matter of fact, we didn't even have to lock our doors.
Right.
You know, there was a segregation. But there was a unity in there. In that same community, you have the pastors, the business folks, and the teachers, and the business. Everybody was, so, and then everybody was your parents.
That's right.
You could call them your supervisor or your parents, whichever one. And everybody could spank you. And if your family found out that you had a spanking, you got a couple more when you got home.
Yes, sir.
So what you're saying is that you want to go pull that type of attitude and spirit back into the community. And that's the steps that you all are taking as a family,
Yes.
first of all, a
Yes.
unified family.
Yes,
That's the first stage. These families will have to be unified.
absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm Derek Lewis.
All right.
I'm the other half of, Music Violence
Now,
DC.
let me see. Let's get this straight now.
Yes.
You know, sometimes we want to know who the boss.
Yeah, so we're the boss.
So it's a co-boss, not a.
Exactly. There's no big eyes, little U's. We don't have that issue of fighting over who has what title. We just do what needs to be done as it needs to be done. So that's not an issue with us. Maybe somebody make it an issue for us one day, and I guess we'll deal with that when they get here, right?
You know how they make the issue? It's in the scriptures there. The man is the head of the house.
That's right.
So they take the Bible and try to create a division.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm okay with it.
Yes.
I always tell them men are natural
That's right.
leaders.
That's right.
Y'all are natural leaders.
She allowed me to lead, and I take honor in leading our family. But I understand that as my wife, this is my partner in life, my right hand, and that's how I influence others. When we walk in a room as a family, it's intentional. We understand the precedents that we set and when we walk in the room. When we dealing with our young people, we understand just how influential we could be to just coming into that space where there's not a lot of two-parent households.
Yep.
Right, and so we make it attention. We want to grab their attention immediately, right? Because nowadays, young people, they judge you from the moment they see you.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to decide whether they're going to listen to you or be respectful to you right then and there, because they're not being taught in their homes to be respectful. So it's not natural to them, right?
Yeah.
So we're intentional about that, and we do it through our programming. We have a lot of programming with our Meet the Violence DC. We do violence interruption, violence prevention, and we do it through a number of different ways. We try to meet our community where they are, and there's no one cookie-cutter way to program our young people. So we are always trying to be creative. Like Tamika mentioned, we're always trying to collaborate with others, get fresh ideas, and we've had some success with it, with our conflict resolution, our Don't Not Give Up program. It's really working. So we're trying to build on that and reach as many people as possible through our initiative. Yeah.
And you all, the methods and the strategies that you use together and in the community, and how would those who are listening, how would they be able to tie in with you or take advantage of it?
Yes, you can actually follow us on our social media platforms. We are Mute the Violence DC. That's on all social media platforms. Our website is www.mtvdc.org. If you want to be a part, if you want to join, you want to see some of the great work that we're doing in the community. As Dirk mentioned, we get our young people involved. This isn't a space where, when we were coming up, there were certain norms. You go to school, get your education, go to college, and the times that we're in are different. And so we allow our young people to be a part of it. So the inclusivity is really big for us, of giving them, young people like to feel in charge of something, or just know that they, oh, I did that, and we look at it like, oh, it's not a big, but it's a big deal. And we have to learn and take a step back and praise our young people, not when they're doing bad and, oh, you did this, you did that. But when we see, oh, you're going to school, I notice I've seen you go to school. You begin school on time. Oh, so the alarm clock work. It's the little things that matter, to our young people. We notice that Dirk and I, we don't have the funding to continue to execute all of our ideas and vision. But one thing I must say, we've been moving and grooving, sleepless nights, restless nights, because we've been consistent. Consistency is what's been taking us, to different places and opening up doors and giving us the opportunity to just share what we've done. I hear people say grassroots. We are really grassroots organization, boots on the ground. We've had the honor and pleasure to operate at Safe Passage program in the district, which we were awarded under the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, where we employ our people that are in the community to work in making sure our young people get to and from school safely. This initiative have, grown. Dirk and I have only been a part of it the last 2 years, but we could see with the work, the expansion, folks that live within these communities working and just feeling good to get up and know that they have a job to go to. It's not all the money in the world, but they feel loved, they feel included. It's something that they enjoy doing. This initiative isn't just for our young people, as I always reiterate, it's for everyone. So we created, our initiative is called SAFE, Strategic Action for Everyone's Safety. So it's not just, our young people, but for everyone, our elders. We want our young people to get more involved in knowing how and what it takes to respect our elders. You guys been around for a while, you're seasoned, you know more, we can learn more. Even with Dirk and I, we respect our elders, because the way times are moving, none of us are promised tomorrow. But I don't want to leave this earth knowing that I've just kind of left some doors open, and no love being poured into our young people, of knowing, like, we want to hear from you, but we're going to be respectful. We want to hear your voice, but let's be respectful. So we continue to keep pushing, respect, because it's free. It doesn't cost us anything to respect each other. Yeah. So that's really been our goal, just programming, getting them involved, how we can take one space and create another space. We have a nonprofit, but now we're building a for-profit. We have a program called Donut Give Up instead of Do Not Give Up. And we teach them how to make vegan donuts. But it's not just the donut component. It's teamwork, team building. You have your social-emotional learning. You have where they're connecting. We have a program that we're getting ready to execute. It's called Keep the Heat in the Oven, Not in the Streets. And that is more so to keep our young people in a space to say, hey, if your temperature is too high, your goods aren't going to bake the way you want them to. If it's too low, the same thing. So we have to meet each other here. And so they like, oh, wait, what's the temperature? I didn't understand that. And so we talk about it. We replace ingredients. Instead of using a half a cup of almond milk, it's a half a cup of determination, 1 cup of perseverance. That way it's like it's all made with love. And they get to see their work, And so, we always come up with things, all the time. My mind is always racing. I'm always trying to figure out what dirt. I'm tapping them. Can you
That
tell me
sounds
this
kind of
again?
like the development of the square school that we have here.
Okay.
And one thing that we have the instructor to understand, sometimes the family members have languages and words and stuff that are not good.
Right.
But we do it in a way that we don't condemn them. we let them know that's private language.
That's right.
But there's a public language, and we teach them the public language
I like
that
that.
they must do in the public without making them feel negative about their families. You know, but there are many aspects that you just mentioned in our development of a square. You know, in the school here, and maybe one of these Saturdays you can come and
Absolutely.
meet with our instructors. Most of our instructors are retired teachers. Some of them they've done a lot of different stuff. Our director, Dr. Cofield, retired school teacher. You know, she's been directing this program for about almost 16 years now. When I first started, we actually had a grant from the government to demonstrate the possibility of a latchkey program. And they paid for us to create and demonstrate for them how a latchkey program would work. That was about almost 40 years ago. So we created this latchkey program, and they were so impressed with it. We went into other states to help them develop a latchkey program. There's kids who were, the parents were working in the evening, and the kids got out of school at 3 o'clock. We brought them all here, you know, and there's the latchkey, and they would pick them up at 6 o'clock after they got off of work, you know.
That is great. I like that.
Yeah, and it was
Community.
yeah. We are very close with many of the communities around here. We work with them and you know, and doing a lot of things. So it's exciting to hear the program that y'all are doing, and we're going to continue to talk about it after the program. Right now, they're going to come with our next song, and that is "We Are the People and We Can Do It."
That's right. We can do
We
it.
are the people and we can do it. I'm still here with you guys. This is
You're still
so
here.
good. I'm loving this program. We are the people and we can do it. And don't go anywhere, guys, because this program is a big deal. BDC, I'm loving it. So we'll be right back after this song. No commercials, guys.
Yep. Here we go.
We are the people who can do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's time. Gotta make the change. We are the people. We can do it.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth.
Yep.
We got stand up and fight, walk into the night. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just the cares of our faith. Oh, we're living day to day. We don't know where, we don't know when, but it's coming from the again.
About that time.
Time to make some change. We are the people who can do it. Voices up to you. It's time.
It's about that time, y'all.
Time to make some change. We are the people. We can do
Yo,
it.
Mob, kick it for me one more time.
It's Jesus is spreading mighty fast. It's earthquakes are moving through the land. It ain't nothing but a sign. Let it make up my mind. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, what do we have to go through it? It's just a test of our faith. Just living day by day. Don't know when, don't know when. But it's coming
You know what?
It's time.
About that time, y'all.
Time to make some change.
Yep.
We are the people who can do it. It's time. Time to make some change. We are the people. We can do it.
Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love. Sent by one from heaven up above. Take a seat, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying.
I know we can do it.
Here we go.
What do we have to go through it? It's just a test of our faith. We're living day by day. Don't know when, don't know when.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
It's time.
It's about that time, y'all.
Time to make some change.
That's
Y'all back live.
Well, look, we're back. Loving it.
We
It's
back.
definitely time to make a change. Yeah, we're back, Dr. Jones, and we're in the process of making the change, and we're continuously doing the work. So that's why we love that song. It hurts beat music.
Yeah, you can go ahead and introduce our plan, our developmental square plan while you're talking. You can talk about the four major areas.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, before we went to break, we were with our organization, DC, and so they are just a huge a grassroots community organization that's really catered to stopping the violence and focusing on our young folks. And so Dr. Jones was just saying like how their 501c3s are nonprofit, how it's connected to what we come on this platform and share every Saturday. And so we were pretty much touching on the Saturday school that we have. Saturday school is at Concord Baptist Church, 5200 Liberty Heights Avenue, where we're broadcasting live from. And so we have the school for young people, whether your children are elementary school or all the way up to high school. And this program is absolutely free. We have it every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You can register your children any Saturday. There's no open and closed enrollment. So if you're listening, you're looking for something to involve your children that will spiritually enrich their lives, we're the place for you. And so 10 a.m., the children come in, they learn about economics, they learn about, they touch on recreation, which is dealing with all the entertainments and the arts and all the things. And they also deal with their spirituality. And we focus on just making sure that they understand who God is and who his son Jesus is and how those things enrich their lives. And we want them to be financially smart, and the word I'm looking for is financial literacy. So we want them to be very influential in what finances really do in our lives and how they just provide a means to an end and how they can save, all the things. And then I love the recreational part of it because not only is that sports, but we have entertainment, we have music, we have so many activities for the children. And so we think that is, we don't even think. Dr. Jones has done significant research to know that these are the things that our children need for sustainability. And then outside of the development of the square, if you've never listened to this program before, I just want to make sure folks know where all of this is coming from. So we're here every Saturday, and we've had lots of community leaders, parishioners, business owners, lawyers, nonprofit owners, pastors, women who do demolition. We've had authors. We've had so many people on this platform that have businesses and they're entrepreneurs or they're community leaders, and we know that they have what it takes to pour into our young people. And so we come on every Saturday because Dr. Jones believes that the Black church is and has always been the strongest economic entity in our community. And it's really not what he thinks. It's research, it's facts. And so he wants to pull back together the church. We always say the Black church because that's a lot. We have a lot of them in our communities. And so we want to pull back together the church and the business owners. And so we want them to come together. It's a call to action so that young people can know who is right there in their community, because we don't know what type of businesses or ideas or talents that they have that they want to foster. So we feel like if people in their community, the business owners in the community, the business owners in the churches, if they pour into these young folks, we can help them start their business. And we always say young people, but Dr. Jones and I both know that there's no right or wrong age to start a business. Like, there's so many successful businesses in America right now where folks are in their 40s and their 50s and their 60s when they started these businesses. Owners of Walmart, Terry Ford, your chicken companies, all these places had owners who started after 40 plus. And so there's no right or wrong age to start a business. And then the second phase of this program is the industrial arts. And Dr. Jones has done so much research to show that the industrial arts should be put back into the school system in elementary school. I mean, in Baltimore, we're here with the organization from DC. I don't know what you guys have there, but in Baltimore City alone, we only have 2 vocational high schools still standing. We only have 2 in Baltimore County still standing. So all of the children in the city who want to take up some type of trade, whether it's carpentry, cosmetology, business, all of these things, they only have a limited source. And so if we put these industrial arts back into the school system in elementary school, by the time these children get to high school, they'll have the sustainability they need. If they don't go to college or have the opportunity to go to college or they want to start a business, they're ready to go. That is just the whole purpose of this. And we say industrial arts, but that also includes the entertainment arts, the talents, the acting, the music, all the things that children just no longer get in the school system so that they can be successful. And then the last phase of this program is to talk about home ownership, which we all know when people own their homes, they treat their community so much better. And so we use John Hopkins as a blueprint. I call them out Saturday after Saturday because they are doing the work. They have home buying programs for their employees. So it helps in a twofold way. It helps the community become rebuilt because they're taking on these vacant houses, all of these projects, fixing up houses in the community for their employees. And then on the double edge of it, you have folks who are owning their homes who thought they could never own their homes because these companies like John Hopkins will cut through the red tape, their closing costs, their, credit score doesn't matter. Their mortgages are tied in with their paychecks, all of those different facets that really would enhance the community and clean up our communities and give people a sense of pride and ownership. Because Dr. Jones believes that crime is not just a sociological problem, it's an economic problem or economic problem, however you want to put it, because when people are stretched for money, they can't function. And so that's really why I constantly show up every Saturday, because I believe in this tier program and I believe in the Saturday school because I see what it does. We have children in the Saturday school right now that come back, not even children, they're young adults because they grew up in Concord and they came to the Saturday school and now they're in college and they come back to help the kids. So we know what this platform and what that Saturday school has done and is still continuing to do. Thank you, Dr. Jones and Concord, for just doing the work, always.
And we have a couple here who have the same type of strategy and presenting the same type of form, and we want them to talk about it again because we want to really understand clearly how people who are listening can make sure that they can tie in and receive the benefits that you bring today. So we want you to kind of introduce it again. And so this is the second half.
Yeah, it's Mute DC, they're back, and I'm glad, Dr. Jones, that, they're still with us because I wanted to find out, what they're doing sounds a lot like something that our State Street organization here does. And so I'm wondering, my first question for you guys, well, one, just, again, announce yourselves, let the listeners know who we're talking to, plug in your social media handles, and then my question is, are you familiar with the State Street organization that's in Baltimore that's doing similar work?
We aren't, but that's why we're here. Because, as you mentioned, that there are so many organizations that's doing work, and it's crazy because no one knows one another, and so that's Dirk and our mission is to be more connected and more unified in this work. And if you look at our website, you'll see our mission is to build partnership. And partnership is us getting together, trying to streamline and bring some, thoughts together, ideas together. One band, one sound, let's get the work done.
That's right.
So, absolutely.
Yes, and the state of DC is a little different, right? There's not that sense of true community in a lot of ways, right? There's of course, it's Chocolate City, right? So the love is always there, but I think the component of real partnership and real togetherness is missing. Like you say, what was it? I remember a place where
I know a place,
I
and I
know a
take it.
place.
Yeah.
Right? I know a place. You mentioned that,
Yeah.
right? And that's we converse about that all the time because, like you, I remember I know a place where we had 14 people living in our house, right? But the love of the community was so great at that time that everyone loved each other. We took care of each other, like you mentioned. Right? Those times are not the same now. Right? And I think that's what kind of drive us because we come out of an era where our whole community was full of, great people who wanted to see our community win. And they went out every day and worked hard and were intentional about making sure that we knew that. Right?
Right.
And two, the drug epidemic happened, the crack epidemic.
That was
and
systematically planned.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There was no excuse. They were
Absolutely.
done,
Yes.
Because
It was
in the 60s, 52% of the kids, black kids who finished high school were going to college.
Right.
And they had to do something to take that determination.
That's right.
Now less than 20%.
Yes.
They were saying some sightings of Black Wall Street. Right? Our community was getting so strong and we were building it so fast.
Yeah.
And they've done so many things prior to then to try to knock us down, and we were just rising and rising. So, but this is a time like that now, right? Where our young people are being influenced by such negativity through social media, through rap. They allow the negative rap to be heard all over the place. But we're hearing some of our young artists sharing that some of these people who's running the music industry won't even allow them to put out positive music in some cases, right? So, you have to look at everything. And
that's why we're pushing Craig Franklin.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And so, but with our programs, the thing is...
And Praise 106.1.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing with our programs are we're not as funded as we should be. Tamika mentioned our Do Not Give Up program. So she mentioned a lot of the essential components to the program, but some of the most essential programs is the workforce development aspect of it, where we want our young people to earn employable skills, to learn, they earn a food handler certification, they'll earn a hospitality certification, right? But in order to be able to implement those aspects of the program, they have to be funded properly, right? You can't fund it.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't fund it at 20% of what you need, right? You need it fully funded so that these young people can receive those employable skills, right? So that when they transition out of this program, then we can talk about them being first-time homeowners, right? We can so that's the goal. That's the goal. Like we mentioned, we are a true grassroots organization. No one even wanted to show us how to become 501c3, right?
Yep, and that's what we emphasize.
Yes,
We help people to do it.
Yes. And so we've just been working hard, doing all that we can. We have a team of the community levels. We're the people's champ, right? We're the people's champ. We don't have all the best relationships, but this is us, right? Coming to see what everyone else is doing, see how we can help, right? See how we can be a part of the community and see how we can work together to make our communities better.
And we're going to team up with you, and everything that we have done, we'll be glad to work along with you.
Absolutely.
Yes, okay.
Absolutely.
Are there some
Yeah,
conclusions?
no, Dr. Jones, that's why I asked about, just were they familiar with State Street, because I like to build that connection, because I think State Street is doing the same work, like very similar work that they're doing in DC, but I think State Street, like what I hear is that they are trying to not only grow financially, expand their teams. And so what I love about State Street is that they started at one location, and now the city, the mayor, and the school system has invested with the grants and all the money. So they've invested in this organization. And so they have a hub in all of our corridors, in our areas where the violence and all the things are happening in our urban communities. We have at least 4 State Street stations. They employ young men who have, even turned their lives around, have done prison time. I mean, it's just a whole movement, and it works. And they have been doing a lot of work in the community, and that's why they contribute to the violence in Baltimore, that percentage that we have that is constantly going down, and we're reducing the gun violence crime that we have here. So I think building those connections and partnerships are really important. And so I guess my ask for you, Derek, or even I think me, I'm just trying to figure out, like, not even figure out, but what, if somebody's listening, what is the first thing that you guys want? Is it that you are asking for financial help? If that is the case, how can people donate to your organization? Are you looking for volunteers, which I'm sure that's always the case? Like, what is your most valued need at this time?
Yeah, we're here to team up. We're teaming up together.
Yes.
But since the time is running, there's some conclusions I want to give before the time run out on us. I want to introduce another idea here. There is a scripture in Luke 23:34 that said, Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So the question is, what were they doing? They were putting Jesus to death. They were crucifying him. But without the blood of Christ, without having him crucified, the forgiveness of sin could not have taken place. So this extremely thing that was happening produced the forgiveness of sin. So that's what I'm talking about here. Now, without this negative action going on in our nation, it will, if we didn't have this negative action, it would not be strengthen the concept of democracy. This negative action that's going on in our country at this moment is God is using this to strengthen the concept of democracy. And as you know, we know the folks who wrote the democracy thing, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and John Adams, and those other two guys, Livingston, and they wrote this, but they wrote it to emphasize that in that democracy statement, every man is created equal. That's what they said. Every man is, but there are two problems with that statement, every man is created equal. Number one, the fact that said every man was created equal fixed it so that the women couldn't vote until 1919. So that phrase eliminated the presence of the woman. That's every man is created equally. So that was the first thing. But guess what? Because of that elimination required the women to protest and to fight and to react and to do a whole lot of. So that reaction, if they had that strengthened the concept of democracy. Same thing. The other fact was that he said every man was created equally. They were talking about the white man. So the civil rights and the reaction and the fight and all that created the democracy, the strengthening of the democracy. So what I'm saying that this negative stuff that is taking place now, God is using to strengthen the concept of democracy. And what is taking place? You have people being elected who ordinarily would not have been elected because they're being elected because they're supporting the concept of democracy. And that people, every man is created, every man, and we know that when they say man, the Bible is talking about woman as well.
Right.
But when they wrote man, they weren't talking about woman because women couldn't vote. So when we talk about man, we're talking about woman as well. We don't separate woman and man at any time in our lives. We're not supposed to do that as Christians. And so what I'm saying is this action constantly demonstrated when you're talking about the white man, during the 40s, what happened? The Japanese were put in cage, so they were talking about the white man, so that's destroyed the concept of democracy, everybody. So because of that action, it forced them to be more liberal towards people who were not white. Chinese could be citizens of the United States. So they had to go through that kind of a force. So I'm talking about all of these negative things that are happening now are reestablishing the principle of democracy. And that's so I'm saying to those who are listening, let's not get frustrated and upset and worried because remember what Jesus said in Luke 24, that they do not know what they are doing. They think their stuff that they're doing is hurting, and it's really helping. Jesus, they don't know. They crucified me. They don't know what they're doing.
That's right.
But so the action that is being taken, sisters and brothers, let's not let that make us not continue to fight for democracy, to fight for everybody being fair, everybody being equal, everybody having the proper chance, equal rights, equal principles, because it looks like they're trying to take all that from us. But Jesus said that negative stuff will work for our good. That's the place I know. I know a place. And I'll take you there.
And I'll take you there.
I know a place.